You know, I keep telling myself I should probably do a review of Encanto because I'm obsessed with the soundtrack of the movie. But there's like something inside of me is like holding back from doing a review of the movie. Not saying that I'm like scared to do the movie, but I don't know. I feel like I don't. It's my own anxiety kicking in. With that out of the way, let's do a good old retro review.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Will. Happy New Year. We're in the thick of 2022. I think January's like like halfway over at this point. Where is time going? I am back and I'm here with a retro review. Now, the criteria that I usually use for a retro review is basically a movie that I've never seen before, but is not necessarily something current, or a movie that I have seen before that's just usually like maybe 10, 15 plus years old, just as a way of revisiting it. This one, it kind of falls closer to that first criteria because it's somewhat newer. It came out like maybe 2 years ago at this point, maybe even 3. But it's not like old, and I just saw it truly for the first time tonight. I saw part of it on a plane. But anyway, I'm burying the lead. I'm going to review Hobbs and Shaw. This stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Jason Statham. Jesus, say the name. Here we go. This stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Jason Statham, and Idris Elba, and it is a spin-off of the Fast and the Furious franchise where Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham, their characters Hobbs and Shaw, were first introduced in the Fast and the Furious movies. Don't ask me which ones, because I haven't watched the Fast and the Furious movies since the 5th or 6th one, I want to say. It was whichever one The Rock first debuted in. I think it was the 5th one. Correct me if I'm wrong, editor. But I think it was the 5th one. But this is their spin-off from that franchise. I believe there's still some beef between The Rock and Vin Diesel. But anyway, Hobbs and Shaw are put together to stop Idris Elba, this character who's working for an organization called Enertron. Etienne. It starts with an E. This is late. I just decided to just try to record this for some reason because it's been a minute since I've done some content. It's a very nonsensical movie. Nonsensical, not necessarily in a bad way. But before I get too in-depth in this review, I just want to say, if you're watching this train wreck of a video, thank you for watching this. I really do appreciate it. And I finally hit 400 subscribers. That was a huge goal I was trying to achieve towards the end of last year, and I just crossed it today at the time of recording. So to anyone who has actually watched any of my videos, liked them, shared them around, or 100% subscribed to the channel, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping me get to 400 subscribers. It's not a big number, but for me it's a pretty big number. This is not the end, obviously. I'm going to keep going, and here's hoping we hit 500. The road to 500 begins. But let's get back to Hobbs and Shaw. So this movie, whew, man, this is going to be a weird one. This is a very casual one because this movie, like I said, I saw half of it on a plane, and then I watched the rest of it tonight with my husband. And it is a nonsensical movie. It is definitely a movie where you have to suspend your level of disbelief, because it does take place in this world where I'm assuming this takes place in the same world. This ain't no multiverse. Don't worry about it. They're trying to stop this bioweapon from being released into the world, like your typical action movies nowadays, by a group and organization that's all about humanity needs to be upgraded with machines to survive. It's very nonsensical. It's really more so just about the chemistry between Hobbs and Shaw, and how, they basically go through the motions of we hated each other, and by the end of the movie, we can work together, but we still kind of hate each other. It's a weird, odd couple buddy cop thing, but it's a mutual respect by the end. Even though Shaw killed Han, but then apparently Han's not dead, based off of the latest Fast and the Furious movie. So, huh? It gets confusing. But the one thing I will say, this movie is it is entertaining to watch if you can let go of logical thought. Not saying that as a bad thing. It sounds like I'm ragging on the movie, but I'm not. It's an action movie. It's very much like, for me, it's like a throwback to your classic like 80s and 90s action movies where you got The Rock, who is a very buff individual, very strong guy, doing strong guy things. And then Jason Statham's kind of like the John Wick / martial artist type person. He's basically reprising the transporter role, but upgraded, where he's talking more. His sister, who is played by Vanessa Kirby, is, she's kind of like the one caught in the middle. She is Shaw's sister, but an love interest for Hobbs, but they never really go beyond just a peck on the cheek or something like that. That's basically what it is. There's some interesting cameos in the movie as well. You got Ryan Reynolds and Kevin Hart, popping in the movie as well. It's entertaining. It's entertaining. And it's definitely a Rock-centric movie, because I feel like in his contract somewhere, there is a requirement of having a couple workout scenes, your shirt off for a good portion of the third act for no sense whatsoever, and somehow tying in a family member. Looking at you, Roman Reigns. But it is a nonsensical movie. This is the easiest way I can say it. But it is a fun, nonsensical movie. I think the action set pieces are really entertaining. They definitely tie into the Fast and Furious franchise. This is the way some of the scenes are shot and some of the elements that are in the movie. It definitely does follow the whole family theme that is very apparent in the Fast and Furious franchise. And I think that's why this one kind of, to me, seems like it works better. It just started with absurdity, where it's like the Fast and Furious movies kind of started as just car racing and heist. And now they're getting to the point of jumping skyscrapers and going into space. Whereas this movie went to augmented supervillain, a deadly virus, jumping out of building. So many scenes where they should have died. Especially in the third act. There's literally a scene in the third act where I looked at the screen and I'm like, they should be dead. And everybody's just dusting themselves off. I'm like, what the fuck? For me, those scenes, the scenes that don't make the most sense, are the dumbest ones for me. Like, case in point, they go to, and I should have said spoilers, I guess, slight spoilers. They do have to go to a family member of a character to get help repairing a device in order to save a person's life. That's the easiest way I think I can do it without spoiling it. But the family member is repairing a device that they should not know how to repair. That, to me, is the most illogical part of the movie. But that level of illogicalness is why the movie is kind of stupid fun. And that's why it works. It's like the movie doesn't try to be any more than it needs to be. It's not trying to give scenes for Jason Statham or Dwayne Johnson to really project and flex their acting chops. No, it's meant to be stupid. It's meant to have the quips. It's meant to have the high levels of testosterone between both characters going back and forth. It is such kind of a weird movie, but it also weirdly works. Like, I wasn't bored watching the movie. You're not going to be bored watching this movie. It's just going to really push the level of, what? Okay, whatever. It's like, oh, there's big explosions. There's muscles flexing and stuff like that. But again, it's not a terrible thing. It's just like okay. I wasn't upset watching the movie. It's a decent watch. It's shot really well. I think the action is good, albeit incoherent in terms of logic, but that's what this world is. And at this point, I think if they do a sequel, it can be a lot of fun. It can continue the whole we don't like each other comedy. Maybe they'll throw in another person, not his sister. Maybe they'll throw in another element to cause tension, I guess, in there. But just don't go full Expendables. You never go full Expendables at this point. That was just my thoughts. And a nice little look back at Hobbs and Shaw, even though it's only been about 3 years. It's been 3 years. Yeah, it's been 3 years. That is my review of Hobbs and Shaw. I think the reason I'm saying this is a retro review, it's late. Listen, we're just chilling. We're just chilling. This is what this video is. I think the reason I'm calling this a retro review because I don't know what interest there is to hear my opinion about the movie that has already been said. And it's been at least a year, so at that point I'm thinking, yeah, that kind of falls into that category. Just to let you know what my mentality is in terms of how I label videos and stuff like that. But let me know what your thoughts are of the movie in the comments down below if you've seen it. And if me talking about how nonsensical it is, would you actually give it a watch? It's not bad. I honestly would say check it out. If you've never seen it, that's my review. Sorry about rambling so much. Thank you for watching this and all my videos. Thank you for helping me get to 400 subscribers. Let's keep going. Like and share this video around the internet. I would love to hit 500. That's the next goal. We got to 400. Keep on going. But you can follow me on all social media platforms listed at the end of this video. I've got a ton of videos on the channel right now. I've got like over 200 videos. I'm not expecting you to watch them all, but I would definitely love for you to check out some of the latest ones, especially the board game ranking video that I've done. That was a lot of fun to do, and hopefully you enjoy that one as well. Yeah, that's it. Until next time, this is going to be a weird one. I will catch you later. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you did like this video, why not give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends? You can subscribe to the channel by clicking on my gorgeous little face right over there. You can follow me on all the various social media platforms right below. And last but certainly not least, if you've got a few extra minutes, why not check out one of the lovely videos floating right over here. Later.